Hi everybody, my name is Rupa. I am working as Assistant Professor in Chevron Engineering College in the Department of Electrical and Electronics Engineering. I am dealing the subject Renewable Energy Sources, and today's topic is Photovoltaic System of Power Generation. This is a basic photovoltaic system for power generation. It is integrated with a utility grid. It is shown in this figure. This is the integration of utility grid. It permits solar generated electrical power to a delivery load. So what load we have to deliver? Photovoltaic system. This type of system will be permitting the generated electric power to a local load. This is the local load. So in this we are having solar cell array, battery storage, inverter or converter, and this is a blocking diode. Okay, so what are these? We will explain now. First one is solar cell array or solar array simply. So this is larger. This may be larger or smaller. This converts the insulation into useful DC electrical power. Okay, so what we are getting the solar radiation insulation? We are converting with this solar cell into DC electrical power. In this insulation will be converted to DC power. This is a blocking diode. So this lets the array generated power flow only towards the battery or grid. In only one direction only it will allow the power. In other direction it blocks. So the name exists in blocking diode. So this lets the array generated power flow only towards the battery to the grid here. Without a blocking, if you are not using a blocking diode, the battery will be discharged back through the solar array. Okay, this battery will be discharging through the solar array during the times of no insolation. Okay, this we discussed this before when we get the figure cell equivalent circuit for a forward bias diode. In previous figures we have discussed that. Okay, next one is third one is battery storage. So in this battery storage the solar generated electric energy is stored here. Okay, so the electrical energy which is generated by the solar cell array is stored here. Next one is inverter or converter. Next one is inverter or converter. Usually this is taken as a solid state. It is solid state which converts the battery bus voltage to AC. Okay, and this AC voltage should match the phase and frequency. Okay, so this should be match the battery bus voltage should be matching the frequency and phase to which you are feeding the power. Okay, so it should match to the utility grid, with the utility grid actually. So it is a DC AC inverter. Okay, this is DC AC inverter. It also contains some suitable equipment for at the output only. At the output we are having a step-up transformer. If it is required, we can take this apparatus step-up transformers. And some filtering equipments and power fraction correction circuits and some power conditioning circuits are also introduced here. And to initiate battery charging and to prevent overcharging, these are the apparatus we can insert at the inverter converter ends. And the power conditioning may be shown as a separate system functional block diagram. We can see that afterwards. And this block may be used in the figure to show this functioning as a rectifier to charge the battery from the utility feeder when needed only, and especially when the insulation is not present, it is used. Okay, so this rectifier is used when there is no insulation. It charges the battery from the utility feeders. Okay, next one is appropriate switches and circuit breakers are also used, right? So these are used to permanent isolating parts of the system as the batteries. We can introduce breakers and fusing protections also, but these are not shown in the figures, right? So it will be complex and these are not shown in the figures. Circuit breakers, we can introduce circuit breakers or fusing protection equipment. So these are inserted between the inverter output and the utility grid. Here, these are introduced between the inverter output and utility grid. So this protects the photovoltaic system and the both the photovoltaic system and the grid. This is the basic photovoltaic system integrated with the power grid.
Next topic is solar cell modules and solar photovoltaic arrays. These modules are also called as photovoltaic arrays. So in this photovoltaic process we are using a tracking array or modules or fixed arrays. A tracking array is defined as it is the one which is always kept mechanically perpendicular to the sun's array line. Okay, so if you put always this sun's array line perpendicular, all the times it intercepts the maximum insolations. From daytime to till evening, till night, it is having maximum solar radiation falling onto it if you keep tracking it. So such arrays, these type of arrays must be physically moved by a suitable prime mover. Okay, and these are actually considered more complex than fixed arrays. If you are desired to move this array, it is more complex because as a generator we are using a prime mover to move this. This fixed array actually is oriented east-west and tilted up at an angle approximately which is equal to the latitude of the site. Right? If a Baroda is having, example Baroda is having 22 degrees latitude means this fixed array is oriented in east-west and tilted up to 22 degrees. So these fixed arrays are mechanically simple than tracking arrays. In tracking arrays, we have complexity of moving the array along the sun's direction. In fixed array, only it is kept in east-west direction and it is tilted to an angle of the latitude. So this array will be having, this array has a two classifications, two broad classifications. First one is flat plate arrays and second one is concentrating arrays. If you see flat plate array, so these solar cells are attached with a suitable adhesives, with suitable gums to some kind of substrate structure. Usually the substrate structure will be semi-rigged. So if you use this semi-rigged structure, what is the advantage means? These semi-rigged structure will be preventing cells being cracked. So that's why you are using semi-rigged structure. And this technology springs from space-related photovoltaic technology, and many such arrays have been built in various power sizes also. Depending upon the application where we can go for different power sizes. Second one is concentrating arrays. For example, suppose we take suitable optics example for Fresnel lens, parabolic mirrors, compound parabolic concentrators, CPCs, and others are these are combined with photovoltaic cells. Okay, so we are taking a concentrating focusing collectors, and in compound to that, and addition to that, we are having photovoltaic cells in a array fashion only. Though we are combining, we are taking in array fashion only. This technology is relatively new to photovoltaics. Okay, this technology is new to photovoltaics, both to the hardware development, and comparatively fewer such arrays have been built. As it is new, only few arrays have been built. These are the types of solar photovoltaic arrays or cell modules.
Next topic is solar cell connecting arrangements. How these solar cells are connected in arrays and end to end, and how from these end to ends how the energy is dissipated. We will see in this. So cells are actually these cells, if you see the diagram, if you see the diagram here, these cells are connected in parallel, and these parallel are connected to terminals and terminals and brought out. This is the input, this is the output. Okay, so both series and parallel combination is possible in the solar cell arrangements. Actually, cell is connected in parallel first. This is connected in parallel for desired currents. Okay, if you connect in parallel, currents will be distributed and the total current amounting at last will be more. Okay, so if you connect in parallel, voltage will be equal. If you connect in series, current will be equal. So if you connect in parallel means current can be increased in all the terminals, so that overall current we can increase to the desired value. And after connecting in parallel, they are connecting in series for desired voltage, right? So first at first they are connected in parallel for desired currents. Okay, desired means high currents, what we need currents. After that parallel connections, they are connected in series for desired voltages. So how much voltage you want, that much level to up to that much level series connection will be there. Okay. So if you connect this in series, the optimum operating voltage of a photovoltaic cell is about 0.45 volts. So this is at normal temperatures only, normal temperatures. And current will be equal to, voltage is 0.45 volts and current will be equal to 270 amperes per square meter. So per 1 square meter we are getting a current of 270 amperes. Suppose if this exposed area of cell is for example 40 square meters. Okay, so or 40 square meters means, if you convert it, sorry, centimeters, 40 square centimeters, if you convert them into meters, 40 into 10 power 4 square meters, right? At this volume of exposed area of cell, the current will be 1.08 amperes and the output will be 0.45. Output power is voltage into current. So 0.45 into 1.08, that is equal to 0.49 watts. This is compared in full sunlight. Okay, voltage is 0.45 and current is 270 amperes per square meter. So if you take a 40 square meters, 40 into 10 power minus 4 square meters of area, and if you calculate the current will be 1.08. So the total output voltage will be 0.45 into voltage into current. Power means voltage into current. So power is V into I. V is 0.45 and current is 270. Sorry, here for 40 we are getting 1.08. So 0.45 into 1.08. Okay, so 0.44 into 1.08. Total current for 40 square meters. So power is 0.45 into 1.08 watts in full sunlight. The decrease or some increase in solar radiation, it has little effect on voltage. Okay, so when we suppose solar radiation decreases. Okay, so sunlight falling on the photovoltaic cells decreases. Voltage, the voltage will be little affected. This voltage will be little affected. 0.45 will be lessly decreased up to 0.40 or 0.42 like that. But it is not that much varied. But coming to the current and power, if you decrease the solar radiation, current and power will be decreased very much. Or we can say that they are decreased proportionally according to the solar radiations. By combination of this solar cells in series or that is in a string, the voltage is increased but current is unchanged. Okay, if you take the solar cells in series, voltage will be increased but current will be unchanged. For example, if you are taking 110 volts, okay, 110 volts for each operating commercial tools or motors or domestic applications, whatever required. If you take these applications, then we require 110 by 0.45 voltage by 0.45. It needs 244 cells in series. This is the calculation that how much cells we need in series. So, okay, if you want 220 volts, 220 by 0.45. 320 volts, 330 volts, 330 by 0.45 like that. What according to the applications we are using here, we can calculate the number of cells required for us and these how many number of cells should be connected in series. Okay, so to increase the current output at the same time, these strings of 244 cells will be connected in parallel as shown in this figure. See, like that. To increase the output power, to increase the current output or power, we need to connect these 244 cells which are in series same as in parallel, like this in parallel combinations, in order to increase the power output or current. Okay, suppose there were 10 strings in parallel like this. This is 1, this is 2, this is 3, 4, like this. There are 10 strings in parallel, connected in parallel. So how we calculate the current means, if you take 10 strings here, 10 into 1.08, it becomes current. Okay, so for calculating the voltage, required voltage by 0.45. If you want to calculate the current in those 10 parallel strings, each string will be carrying 1.08 amperes of current. So how many strings we take in parallel? If you multiply with the number, we will get the current. So if you take 10 strings, total, 10 into 1.08. This is the 10.8 value is the amperes current that is coming from the 10 parallel strings. And like this we can calculate the power also. So power will be voltage into current. So voltage is 110 here and current is 10. Total value is 10.08. Okay. So sorry, 10.8. So if you want to calculate the power. 10.08 into 110, you will get the power 1190 watts, or 1.19, simply 1.19 kilowatts you will get the power. Okay, so this is the type of calculations of voltage, current and power. These solar panels are used on spacecraft which consists of modules or arrays. Okay, this is called a module or array. These in this module or array, cells are connected in series and parallel. See, these are connected in series and parallel for our required voltage, whatever voltage we require. Depending upon that voltage and power, current, these three terms. So depending upon the requirements, these are connected in series and parallel. Suppose if you are taking 10 strings, this is called as one string. This line is called as one string. This is termed as string. So even if a single string fails, okay, as these are connected in parallel, even if a single string fail, the whole string will be inoperative. Okay, so the cells in the remaining string will maintain the voltage, but current and power output of the system will be decreased by loss of these cells in the one of the strings. Okay, understood? Voltage and current will be, voltage will be maintained. So at what level before the string fails, the voltage will be maintained at that level only, but there will be a dramatic decrease in current and power. Okay, a short circuit in a cell is not disabling the string. So although there will be a slight drop in voltage, there will not be any drop in voltage to a high level. There is a possibility that other cells might cause current to flow in the wrong directions and through any strings having a reduced voltage. If this exists, this is the condition. So this danger can be eliminated if you include a diode which permits a current flow in one direction only. Right? So at the time of faults or some failures, the diode, if you do not use the diode, there may be a chances of flowing the current in opposite direction. So in order to avoid this, we should include a diode that permits only current flow in one direction. Unidirectional diode, it will have to implement there. So instead of number of strings in parallel, the current and power will be increased by locating a single cell at the focal line of the sun trackings. If this situation can be seen in parabolic trough and concentrating collectors. So there will be some decrease in voltage because of invertible high temperatures of solar materials. But current will be increasing approximately in proportion to the concentrating factor of the collectors. Voltage will be slightly decreased, but current will be increasing. So if you put this, so with the concentration factor of, suppose if you take 100, current from a single string will be increased to about 100 amperes. So, and if you take number of cells in the string which is sufficient to produce 110 volts, the total electric output will be approximately 12 kilowatts. Okay. So 110 volts means the produced power is 12 kilowatts. This is the arrangement of solar cells in series or parallels. Next, how will be the battery storage and how will be the inverters, which we have discussed previous in photovoltaic system, photo generation system for a power development. We seen in the battery and inverters. So now we will have a brief explanation about this battery and inverters, battery storage and inverters. So battery storage, coming to battery storage, it is the simplest means of storage. Okay, so this is the simplest means of storage on a smaller moderate scale. For small moderate scale, it is the simplest method and cheap method. It is in electric storage batteries. It is used for in electric storage batteries, especially as solar cells. These because these produce the direct electric current required for battery chargings. The stored energy in the batteries, it is delivered as electricity upon discharge. And the common is lead acid storage batteries. These are used in automobiles and these are not ideal. What we are using in the automobile batteries, these are not ideal for this purpose. But the available are these only at nowadays these are the available batteries, and still some research has to be done to increase the uh, advantage, to increase the capable batteries which withstand this photovoltaic cells. Until now we are having only batteries in various applications, but in these photovoltaic cells until now there are not any, there will be not available, and but researches are going on for this battery storages. So we use the batteries in automobiles, inverters, so different applications uses same batteries up to now, but these photovoltaic cells will be batteries will be different from other applications, so they are not still manufactured. Researches are going on for suitable batteries in these photovoltaic cells, but there is a possible alternative. What is that means? If you use the direct current from the solar cells to decompose water, so this decomposition of water process can be done by electrolysis into hydrogen. If we decompose this water into hydrogen and oxygen, these we can store. These gases we can store. These gases can be stored in suitable forms. Okay, and these can be used as a fuel cell in our generating of electricity process. So instead of storing the solar radiation's energy into a battery form, we can use this alternative form. It is possible. It is relevant also and effective, more effective also. So if you use the current from the solar cells and you are decomposing the water into hydrogen and gas, sorry, oxygen gases, and we are storing these gases. Next one, inverters. These devices are usually solid state. These are having solid state and which change the array DC output to AC output for our suitable applications. For our suitable desired voltage values, we can change desired frequency and we can invert the phase also. We can change the phases also. So to feed this photovoltaic generated power into a power grid. So these inverters are usually used for the feeding of photovoltaic solar cells. Generated power, in this generated power will be there. These will be transferred to power grid or local load. Okay, as shown in this figure, these inverters changes the DC output to AC. Okay, DC output will be converted to AC output. Okay, this can be also converted at our desired values. What are the desired values? Desired voltage, desired frequency, and desired phase angle and phases also we can change. Okay, so these are directly fed into the power grid or local load, some local load. This is the local load. These functional blocks are, we can refer sometimes these as power conditioning blocks. Okay, so this is the figure shown in this is the current fed line completed inverter. This is a general type of inverter circuit. This is a general form of inverter circuit which is best suitable for the utility applications. Okay, so the current can be here, the current can be used in two modes. Currents can be used in two modes. First one is as an inverter changing from DC to AC. Okay, so this circuit can be used as an inverter which converts DC into AC source. Second one is it can be used as a rectifier changing AC to DC also. Okay, if you make here simple modifications, we can reverse this as a rectifier. This inverter can be reversed as a rectifier. So, which is used for changing AC to DC. So, if you change this AC to DC, the battery will be charged. So, from this, it is clear that the system photovoltaics offer the option of DC power, or these photovoltaic cells have been different types modes of powers. First one is DC power, second one is AC power, and still DC we can use, AC you can use, and still above inverters I said batteries, these can be used with hydrogen and oxygen fuels. These hydrogen and oxygen can be used as two forms, gaseous or liquids. From this, electricity can be generated, AC, DC, or gaseous form or liquids form, hydrogen and oxygen. Okay, so what is discussed up to now, this system, this photovoltaic system is having large variations of applications and advantages and disadvantages also. We will go through them. This is the last topic, applications and advantages and disadvantages. So first we will see the applications of solar photovoltaic systems. So there are various solar photovoltaic systems have been developed, and these are installed, though not developing, these are installed at different sizes for demonstration and field trial purposes also. The terrestrial applications of these include the provision of power supplies to, means the terrestrial applications where we are using the photovoltaic cells for giving power supply. These are the giving power supply applications. These are called terrestrial applications. Okay, so for these terrestrial applications, we are giving a power supply through photovoltaic cells. We are using the photovoltaic cells for giving power supply to these applications. So first one is water pumping sets for micro irrigation and drinking water supply. Okay, so we can use this power supply we can use this photovoltaic cells for giving the power supply to water pumping sets, motors like that, or micro irrigation, mini irrigation projects we can use, and for drinking supply also we can use. Second one is radio beacons for ship navigation at ports. Okay, so radios works with these power supplies, because in the ships, at the ships, the transmission lines will not be possible for power supply, and there is no other option. So from this we can, in the ships we can absorb the photons from the cells, and we can convert this directly in the ship there without any transmission lines or without any transport system. So this power supply can be given to various, not a radio, various apparatus we can give for current, for power, for inverters, for water supplies, for motors, like that we can use for various applications in the ship. Okay, next, community radio and television sets. Community radio means if you are using radio for a community or for a limited process, and television sets we can use this power. It is possible to give power supply, and these community radios and television sets will be working with the power supply of, we are capable of working by the power supply of the photovoltaic cells. Okay, next